being on live stream. It's our regular council meeting, Wednesday, March 11th at 6 p.m.
Okay.
Meeting call to order. Madam Clerk, may I have roll call, please?
Yes. Mayor Yon,
Present.
Vice Mayor Cano,
Present.
Councilor Gonzalez,
Present.
Councilor Perez,
Present.
Councilor Gutierrez.
Here.
We have quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Now, we have our interpreter, Mr. Senaido. Can you come in and introduce yourself, please?
Good afternoon, Honorable Mayor, City Council, fellow employees. If you need translation, I'm here. Si necesitan traducción, aquí estoy. Everybody's looking great.
Thank you, Mr. Garza. All right, leading us in an invocation is our own pastor, Tony Blanco. You can stand or sit or however.
Good evening, everyone. Like you say, you guys look great. Good to see all of you guys. All right, let's bow our heads this evening. Heavenly Father, we come before you, Lord, with grateful hearts. We thank you for your continued blessing. We ask you, Father God, for continued prayers over our mayor, our city council, our city leaders. We ask for protection, Father, for our police department. I ask you, Lord, to guide them and help them to make the right decisions for our city. And we pray, Lord, for protection of our city, our kids. Bless this city. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Pastor. Now, can everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I will be leading it. Ready? Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May I have a motion to approve agenda as to form?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Vice Mayor Cano, second by Councilmember Perez. Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call, please?
Yes. Mayor Yon,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Cano,
Aye.
Councilor Gonzalez,
Aye.
Councilor Perez,
Aye.
Councilor Gutierrez.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you so much, Madam Clerk. Now, we don't have no presentations and introductions or awards, no department reports. Oh, no, I almost skipped it. Our favorite item of the meeting, our featured pet of the week.
It's cute.
Our Community Development Director, Megan Snyder.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and Council. This evening we have our perfect little Yorkie mix. His name is Rio. He's approximately 5 months. He's very sweet. He interacts with other dogs, and we believe he'll make a great family pet. He's one of the smaller dogs that we've brought in, and we think that he'll be for sure adoptable or adopted very soon because he's a good one. We're waiving the adoption fees for this evening and open to any questions.
Okay, anybody in the audience looking for a little pet? Everything paid for. It would be a great St. Patrick's gift. No, thank you so much. Moving on, we don't have no presentations or department reports. Now, moving on to consent agenda. The consent agenda consists of items that in staff's opinions are routine and non-controversial. These items are approved in one motion unless a council member or member of the community requests to remove a particular item. Anybody from the community would like to discuss or to remove a particular item from the consent agenda? Seeing none, I'm going to bring it back to the council. Any council members?
No.
Okay, may I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Councilmember Gonzalez, second by Councilmember Perez. Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call, please?
Yes. Mayor Yon,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Cano,
Aye.
Councilor Gonzalez,
Aye.
Councilor Perez,
Aye.
Councilor Gutierrez.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Now moving on to public hearings. Item number 8, public hearing number 1, proposed city charter, government code 34458. Receive public comment, council direction on proposed charter. Mr. Saldana.
Yes, good evening, Mayor, members of the council. This item is public hearing number 1 on the proposed City of McFarland charter. Tonight's hearing is the first of 2 required public hearings under Government Code Section 34458, and which it requires for a council-initiated charter. The purpose of tonight's meeting is to introduce the charter, summarize the major provisions, receive public comment, gather council direction, which will be incorporated into a revised draft for the second public hearing, which we have scheduled for April 22nd. So no action to place the charter on the ballot will be taken this evening. So just as a brief reminder, the city charter functions as the city's local constitution. It establishes the framework for how the city governs its municipal affairs, including the structure of government, local elections, fiscal administration, and contracting authority. As a charter city, McFarland would gain greater local control over municipal affairs while remaining fully subject to state and federal law on matters that are statewide concern. This authority is granted to cities under the Constitution, the California Constitution, under the principle of home rule. Currently, the city is a general law city, which means that we're governed primarily by state statutes, even in areas that are purely local in nature. So adoption of a charter would allow the city to tailor certain governance provisions locally while maintaining transparency, accountability, and compliance with higher level laws. So in the charter adoption process, is council authorized this in December of 2025 as to make sure that we were meeting the November 4th, 2026 election. In December, the council adopted a resolution of intention, and as part of that process, the city appointed a charter advisory committee to best review the practices and to draft the charter. The advisory committee met between the months of January and March, and this evening's presentation is a result of the work of the Charter Advisory Committee. These are the members of the Charter Advisory Committee: Mayor Ione, Vice Mayor Cano, Tony Blanco, Alicio Garza, Victor Opresa, and Jim White. As I mentioned, they served as members of the committee and met over several meetings to develop and review the proposed charter. These are the charter articles. They're listed in the agenda packet in full detail, so I'll just summarize them here. Article 1 establishes the city's legal name and boundaries as they exist today and as they would exist in the future. Article 2 confirms the city's powers as a charter city. That includes the authority that it has over its own municipal affairs, including local legislation, land use, zoning, public works, police powers, and local elections. And these are all consistent with the California Constitution and the doctrine of home rule. In Article 3, this establishes the form of government that the city operates under, the council manager form. Under this structure, the also outlines that the mayor and council members will be elected at large, and that elections would be held in that particular manner. Consistent with the next article, which is Article 4, actually dictates the election process, that we would continue to follow state processes, and it also outlines the procedures for filling vacancies and exercising initiatives and referendum that is included as an option for local residents. Under Article 5, this is a fairly sizable portion of the charter. Article 5 deals with financial procedures. In this particular area, we address both the fiscal and the financial framework. So it confirms the city's authority over the adoption of the annual budget, the collection of revenues, and the appropriation of funds. It also requires independent financial audits. It reinforces the city's strong financial management practices that have been in place for the last several years, and it authorizes the city to establish reserves and to maintain other financial controls to protect the city's long-term fiscal stability. It also affirms the city's authority to enter into contracts, to procure services, and allows the city to adopt local procedures that are consistent with applicable state and federal regulations. Article 6 is sort of a miscellaneous catch-all provision. This basically says that if there's anything that's in the charter that is found to be invalid, that only that section would become invalid, not the entire charter. It also states that the continuation of the rights and acts of the city will move forward after the charter is adopted. And then finally, the last article is really just an article that outlines the process and procedures for charter amendments and for any additions or changes or modifications, all of those which would require voter approval in the future. So the recommendation this evening is that based off of the information presented from the staff report, and this is actually from the advisory committee, that the council would conduct public hearing number 1 tonight. It would receive public testimony, provide policy direction, comments, and suggested revisions to the charter. And you would confirm April 22nd as the second required public hearing. Following that public hearing, we would return back to the council on May 27th, where we would be asking you to place this on the ballot. So that concludes our staff presentation. We're happy to answer any questions from the council and request that you open the public hearing.
Yeah, I'm gonna open the public comment at 6:11. Anybody from the public have any questions, concerns regarding the city converting into a charter? Seeing none, I'm going to close public comment at 6:12 and bring it back to the council. We'll start with Councilmember Gutierrez.
I have no question.
Councilmember Gonzalez.
No, just thank you, Paul, for that presentation.
Councilmember Perez.
None, thank you.
Vice Mayor Cano.
No questions. Great presentation. Thank you.
No, the only thing I'd like to add is the fact that we're going to have that standard situation as far as having our audits completed and the public being notified when the audits, because we've had a problem with that in the previous administrations, to show where our city is financially and having fiscal responsibility of taxpayers' money. I think this is a great opportunity to convert that, because as a general, the public doesn't have that ability to ask for it. But outstanding presentation. With that, do I have a motion to approve the resolution?
Motion. Oh,
Motion by Councilmember Perez, second by Councilmember Gonzalez.
Mayor Yon.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Cano.
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilmember Perez.
Aye.
Councilmember Gutierrez.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Moving on to item number 9, approval of resolution 2026-20, a resolution of the City Council of the City of McFarland approving temporary use permit 2026-20 for the McFarland USA 5K, 10K, and a 1 mile adaptive run. Ms. De Leon.
Hello, good afternoon, Mayor and City Council. The applicant, McFarland USA Foundation, is applying for a temporary use permit for his proposal of the McFarland USA 5K, 10K, and 1 mile adaptive run. His proposal is to host the USA Run in 2025, April 25, oh my goodness.
That's okay.
April 25th, 2026 at the Blanco Park on 1000 East Sherwood Avenue. The McFarland USA Run in 2025 had a total of 300 attendees and expecting a similar number of attendees for this run. The run brings together an estimated 20 volunteers and an additional group of city staff to assist with road closures and detours. The applicant requested consent from the City of McFarland City Manager to use the city-owned Blanco Park as a site for the event proposal. The proposed start time is 7 a.m., and the race entry fee starts at $30. All proceeds for the race event go towards the funding of the McFarland USA Scholarship. With the consent of the City of McFarland, the McFarland USA Run has been a yearly occurrence at the Blanco Park. However, the proposal this year includes an adaptive run. The City of McFarland and the McFarland USA Marathon have worked together to incorporate the McFarland USA Adaptive Run, designed to provide inclusive participation opportunities for individuals with physical, sensory, and developmental disabilities. The adaptive run will allow athletes to utilize mobility aids such as wheelchairs, hand cycling, racing chairs, walkers, or other adaptive equipment to participate in a safe and supportive race environment. The adaptive race will be coordinated with existing marathon event schedule and will include appropriate safety measures, course accessibility considerations, and volunteer support to assist participants. partnership with local organizations, disability and advocacy groups, and community volunteers will be explored to ensure event is welcoming and responsive to participant needs. By adding the adaptive room component, the McFarland USA Marathon will further promote health, inclusivity, and community pride, while expanding participation and reinforcing the city's reputation as a community that celebrates athletic achievement for all. The application was reviewed by the Planning Department, Community Development Department, and conditions of approval are attached to the resolution for consistency with the TUP requirements. I also have Mr. White here for any additional questions, as well as myself.
I'm gonna open up to the public. Anybody got any questions, concerns regarding the run? I'm gonna close public comment. I'm gonna bring it back to the council. We'll start with Councilmember Gonzalez.
No, I have none, thank you.
Councilmember Gutierrez.
No questions.
Councilmember Perez.
None, thank you.
Vice Mayor Cano.
No questions, just a comment. Great that we're bringing that adaptive run to the event. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. No, I think it's a great opportunity to help bring a little bit of the community engagement as far as with, depending on the situation with their child, and then having that run. I think it's good for them, for everybody to be out there and celebrate the same course and the same heritage and stuff. So I think it's a good idea. Thank you, Mr. White, for allowing that for the run. We'll see you out there. No, I'm not gonna say any comments, so I'll keep it to myself. No, with that, do I have a motion to approve the resolution? I was gonna challenge, but never mind.
Motion.
Motion by Councilmember Gutierrez, second by Vice Mayor Cano. Madam Clerk, we have roll call, please.
Yes, Mayor Yon,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Cano,
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez,
Aye.
Councilmember Perez. Aye. Councilmember Gutierrez.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Now moving on to the administrative agenda. Item number 10, approval resolution 2026-16, a resolution of the City Council of the City of McFarland, California, expressing support for the Dignity Act, HR 4393.
Okay.
And then we have,
We have manual. Oh,
maybe,
yes. Can you hear me, Manuel? He was on.
Now we can, we just heard you just now.
Okay, perfect.
the floor is yours, Manuel.
Hello?
Can you hear
Yes.
me?
Yes,
The
we can hear you, Erica.
The floor is yours. If you have anything to say.
Hello?
Maybe he can't hear you.
He can't? Say it again?
He said he could hear us.
We can hear somebody right now. Can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Okay, what, I noticed that here, the summary, what part would you like us to go over on the Dignity Act?
Manuel, just what it's all about, and as far as the letter of support and resolution.
Okay, all right, we're gonna start off, the Dignity Act, HR 4393, was put into effect in June of 25. It originally started in the year 23. Congresswoman Maria Salazar from Florida, Republican, and Escobar from Texas, a Democrat, both co-signed onto this. And right now, there are 44 co-sponsors, balanced Republicans and Democrats. The bill, basically what it will do is give every worker who works in construction, agriculture, restaurants, manufacturing, independent, self-employed people that may have a food truck or they have a maintenance trucking business and they do lawns and all those things. Those individuals would also be able to apply for a dignity card. The card, you can apply for it in the United States. You do not have to leave the country. And in, let me go here real quick through some of the items that we forwarded. The individuals would pay a $1,000 fee for 7 years for being here undocumented. That's their fee that they would pay. We are talking about that fee to see if we can bring it down some. And so that discussion is happening. So they would pay a retribution back fee for the years of whatever that is, but only for 7 years. The dignity card is good for 7 years, and you go and you renew the card for another 7 years, and you can renew it even after that for another 7. The card also, you would pay a 1% per year out of your gross earnings that you would pay. So if you made $36,000 per person, you'd pay $300. That would be your contribution into the treasury each year. Now, going back to the 7-year card, we would also are talking about that the individual may and could apply for residency status after the first 7 years with good standing. So that part is not in here, but that can be discussed and is part of the ongoing discussions, okay? The objective is we gotta get a bill across the aisle and get it to the president that takes care of these people that are working throughout our industries. So Francisco here is gonna talk about another part of the bill, which some of you may know of, and may even have friends that are tied into this other part of a bill that was done in 2012, the executive order by Obama. So, Francisco?
Yes, good evening. Under the DACA program, the DACA recipients have to renew their work permit every 2 years. And so, under the Dignity Act of 2025, Dreamers would have the opportunity to adjust their status to permanent residency. And it would be done in a streamlined process as long as they meet certain requirements. And so this would help hundreds of thousands of DACA recipients go from a temporary status that can be uncertain to permanent residency, and enabling them to continue working and travel outside of the country, and have protection from deportation as well.
So from in that part of it, then there's a part that all of us need to, and probably you will have looked at the various summary. None of these folks would be eligible for citizenship as it stands currently. They would not be eligible for citizenship. The Dreamers are a different group, as Francisco just mentioned. They will go to residency. Once you go to residency, then there's a regular process to go to citizenship under the federal immigration law, way, way back. So those individuals that are in Dreamer and DACA program would be eligible to go to citizenship down the road.
But not these.
The other requirement in the bill says that all of the individuals will have to obtain health care. And that part is a very expensive part, and we're working through that discussion as well. But we believe we can work through that piece of it, so that they would all have health care as families, okay? The reason the $1,000 per person that is applying for the dignity card as a paying money because of here is because of not being amnesty. This is not amnesty when you're paying a penalty. It can't be called amnesty anymore, and that's what many people call it in the past. But they will be paying a restitution fee for that purpose, okay? The other thing is that all of the participants in the Dignity Act, when they sign up for it, they will receive a card. Then they will receive an app in that card and go right to the app and put their card in. So now the Department Department of Justice knows that the person received their dignity card and it's now registered with the Homeland Security like all immigration visas are, or permanent resident alien cards are all registered with that agency. So those individuals then would be signed up and don't have to worry about it now. Once they get the card, the individual will be able to travel outside of the United States and work also in the United States and not have to worry about any form of deportation because they will have a legal work authorization card. Now, the other part of this is for discussion, but they will not receive Social Security. They would not be eligible for Social Security. Now, that item is being discussed as well because Social Security is a discussion, but many of these people have paid into Social Security when working by and with their employers. So that item is also being discussed. But again, ladies and gentlemen, and Mayor, is that we have to get a bill across the floor, and we have to make these people no longer have to have the fear of deportation or the separation of families. So it may not be perfect, and I know that. I've been at immigration since 1986, IRCA, and we've tried so hard. And agriculture has always been out there trying to get a bill. Now, we are trying to get a bill together. We can get a bill in agriculture. We know that. But it's not right because many of our farm workers' husbands may work in concrete, or the husband works on the farm and the wife works in a restaurant. So now we legalize the farm worker, but we don't legalize the wife. Well, that don't make any sense. So that's why we're pushing very, very hard of getting people to sign on to the bill, to support the bill. Yes, I know it's not perfect. I know that. But it also has to go through the biometrics, biographic, fingerprint. They'll have to do a medical just like we did in the 86 law and all of those things. And there are various questions that we all have, and we are all working very hard on that. Right now, there are 12 mayors throughout California signing on. The furthest is over in Richmond, California, over by Vallejo. And those folks are signing on. And we got people from down south and even in the valley here. So, and most of them are doing resolutions, and then they forward the resolution to the Chief of Staff, Maria Salazar, and they will then publish all of the co-sponsors. And so they're going to make a special area and part for cities. This has never been done before by cities on a bill at this time. And I think it's great when all of us can come together and try to do something for the people. And knowing, again, like everything else, we're going to sit at the table and continually work. We pass the bill, but we don't get some of the things we need right now. That doesn't mean we do not keep trying to add some of these things down the road. The most important is for them to get a legal card to work, travel, and be safe from deportation. That is the number one and most important of all. And it's a 7-year card, so that gives time for them to work. And the penalty on the money is only the first 7 years, then it goes away. They don't pay $1,000. Again, like I said, we're hoping to reduce that down to something like $500 or $600. But that's what we're trying for. And we have a great relationship with the chairman of the committee of the bill. And the parts of the mayors will play is that you will have to contact the city council and others would contact your congressional leaders as well as the Senate saying, we want you to support the Dignity Act of 25, H.R. 4393. We got many boxers signing on, world champion boxers are signing on to the bill and supporting it. so that's a great thing. And then some of the boxers are working with some of the national soccer teams to get them to also weigh in. So we're getting a whole different group of people weighing in by the sense of telling their people that follow them on Zoom or any of those type, not Zoom, but
Social media.
Francisco, social media, the social media realm. So there's a lot of stuff happening to get this thing done. We're hoping that the bill can go to the floor in June for debate, and then move to the Senate, and then get to the president by September. That's what the goal is, so that we can make and put away this fear of what's happening with Homeland on the audit. So we'll stop there. Francisco and I will stop there, and if there's any questions, please. And thank you very, very much for allowing us to be part of your board meeting tonight and allowing us to speak. We're sorry we couldn't make it. Right after this, I'm running over back next door to another California Resources Board meeting. Jose Ramirez, the world champion, is down in Riverside, going down because he's going to fight at the end of the month of May, or it could be June, and some other fighters may fight at that same time. But those fighters are out there supporting the cities, supporting the people, and trying to make them safe and their families. So again, thank you for all your time tonight, Mayor. Appreciate it very much.
No, thank you, Manuel, for that presentation and the way you explained the whole process, this potential structure pathway. So I'm going to open it up to the public if anybody has any questions, concerns regarding this this resolution. Seeing none, I'm going to bring it back to the council. Councilmember Gutierrez.
The only question I have is, what's an estimated cost per person out of pocket? The fees, health insurance. Do you guys have numbers?
He's saying it's $1,000 per year.
But the cost of the health insurance.
Yeah. Manuel, can you hear that question? Do you?
We couldn't hear the question at all.
Okay.
We were really listening, but we couldn't hear it.
No, one of the council members asked is like, what is I want to say approximately the cost for everything as far as the permit, the health insurance, and you wouldn't have that right now, or would you?
The total cost of an individual for the program?
Yeah.
Now, right now, the cost, we have a cost analysis sheet that we have determined, that we developed, and we got people to fill it out, workers and families to fill out. And the immigration cost for the fee is probably going to be somewhere around $1,000 to apply for the application process of the immigration of all of that. So, and then they'll probably have a spot for anybody under 18 would fall into this arena under a family cost. So, but I'm going to estimate, because of what IRCA, the Immigration Reform of '86 cost, was around $600 and some dollars. That was the fee for the application process. And being that resident aliens and DACA costs have increased, I'm going to imagine that this cost is going to be somewhere around $1,000 for the immigration application process, the biometrics, the biographics, the fingerprint card you will get, and those things. And then you'll probably have to pay for a physical, like they did under IRCA, to make sure that everybody's healthy and there is no communicable type disease.
Okay. Thank you.
If that helps the question, I hope.
That help you?
Okay. That's
Okay. Councilmember Gonzalez.
No, I don't really have questions. Just I'm happy that something out there's available for these people, and hopefully it does go through for them and it's a success for them as well. Thank you, Manuel.
If you could repeat that, Mayor.
No, it was Councilmember Gonzalez. If you could speak a little bit louder.
I just said,
Just act like you're mad at me and just yell.
That'll be a little too loud.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying, I'm glad that something like this is available out there for the people, and hopefully it does go through, and it's something that they can rely on and feel safe about it with everything that's happening out there. And thank you for the presentation, yes.
Thank you.
If we can pull this off, if we, those of us that are very sensible and very pragmatic in this country, we can pull this off. This will help about 8.7 to 10 million working individuals that will no longer have the fear in their families. And that would be a great accomplishment. Even what's happening outside of the country, we do need to take care of the country. We need to take care of our people in this country as well. And so if we can pull this off, that will be the greatest accomplishment that we will have done. And I really don't care what president it is.
Yep.
We just need to get it done because we need to stop the fear and the unprofessional making two classes of people. These workers deserve the dignity in which they deserve for what they provide to this country, from food to cleaning to maintenance to making our lives better all around.
Okay. Councilmember Perez.
Thank you. I think the best part of this is the part for the dreamers, them gaining permanent legal status. That's my favorite part of this act.
Thank you, Ms. Perez. Vice Mayor Cano.
No, same sentiments. Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. I agree with everyone. This is a great opportunity for many of our immigrant communities, residents in our community. So I hope with our support and the support of every other community, we can get this act passed. So thank you for the presentation, Manuel and Francisco.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Yeah, the reason I thought it was important to bring this to our community is just the fact of, McFarland's an agriculture community made up of large immigrants whose families contribute every day to our local economy. Many of these residents have lived here and worked here for years and participating fully in civic life. I strongly believe in a structured, lawful immigration process because our current system is outdated and clearly not working. This is not about opposing the government or making a political statement. It's about ensuring practical solutions that work for our communities like ours. That's why I strongly support HR 4393, the Dignity Act, which provides a balanced approach for strengthening our border, creating lawful workforce opportunities, and protecting our families. And just a second comment, obviously, with the DACA kids, from 2012, some of them are established, some are doctors, some are teachers, some are engineers, and to be in limbo year to year where we can't come up with the process to either make a citizenship, and regardless who's in office, they've provided, they've determined, and they've succeeded in the American dream. So this is the second part is obviously important to all of us. But thank you, Manuel, for presenting and articulating what the bill's all about. Thank you again. And with that, do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Vice Mayor Cano, second by Councilmember Gonzalez. Madam Clerk.
Yes. Mayor Yon.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Cano.
Aye.
Councilor Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilor Perez. Aye. Councilor Gutierrez.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, all of you, so very, very much. And Mayor, thank you for bringing this forward to your council. And we will work together and keep all of you in the loop all the way. And we will let the Congresswoman know of your discussion tonight and your support of the people in your town. And very much, thank you.
Thank you, Manuel. You have a great night, and thank you for being on Zoom.
And we will get Jose over there in that community. We will get him there, Mayor, so that there can be some real good boxing activity, okay?
No worries. There's a couple people in the council that have a background on that.
Okay.
All right.
Again, all of you, thank you.
All right. Thank you. Good night. Now moving on to item number 11, approval resolution 2617, City Council, City of McFarland, approval of CalPERS contract and authorization to proceed with implementation planning for local safety members. Ms. Serena McEwen.
Good evening, Mayor and members of the council. Staff is presenting council consideration and agreement with the California Public Employees Retirement System to help establish a retirement system participation for employees classified as local safety members, specifically police officers. Under this contract, eligible employees will receive the 2.7% at age 57 retirement formula, which is consistent with the requirements of the Public Employees Pension Reform Act. Effective July 1st, 2026, the agreement also confirms the city's responsibility to make the required employer contributions, including the normal costs and any unfunded liability payments as determined by CalPERS. All required statutory procedures have been completed prior to execution of the contract, including the adoption of the resolution, adoption of a resolution of intention, the required public hearing, and the approval of the ordinance establishing participation.
Is it on? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Am I just not speaking close enough? There. Staff respectfully recommend that the City Council approve the CalPERS contract to formalize retirement benefits for the city's local safety members. And I'm open to any questions.
Thank you, Mr. McEwen. I'm going to open up to the public. Anybody have questions, concerns regarding this CalPERS retirement plan? Seeing none, I'm going to close the public comment. Council, I'm going to bring it back to you. We'll start with Councilmember Gonzalez.
No, I have none. Thank you.
Councilmember Gutierrez.
No questions.
Thank you. Councilmember Perez.
None, thank you.
Thank you. And Vice Mayor Cano.
No question.
No questions, just comments. This is a partnership that the community and ourselves to keep some retention and sustainability with our police officers, so they're not going to other agencies due to the retirement package, and we're just trying to make sure we're comparing apples to apples, and the sustainability is very important, that they know this community and they are part of the community. But thank you, Ms. McEwen. With that, do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Gonzalez, second by Councilmember Perez. Madam Clerk, we have roll call, please.
Yes. Mayor Yon.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Cano.
Aye.
Councilmember Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilmember Perez.
Aye.
Councilmember Gutierrez.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Now moving on to item number 12, approve a resolution 2026-19, a resolution of the City Council, City of McFarland, approving addendum number 1 to the employment agreement between the city manager and Diego Viramontes, the position of city manager/finance director. Ms. McEwen, please.
Good evening. The City of McFarland has negotiated an addendum to the existing employment agreement for the city manager or finance director. The purpose of this agreement is to update compensation, clarify termination provisions, and ensure continued compliance with the California Government Code requirements governing executive employment contracts while maintaining fiscal protections to the city. This addendum extends the term of employment and establishes an annual base salary of $210,000 annually with a potential 3% annual cost of living adjustment, subject to City Council approval and budget appropriations. It also clarifies severance provisions limiting the city's maximum exposure to 18 months of salary plus continuation of benefits as permitted by law. All financial obligations under the agreement remain subject to annual appropriation by the City Council. The updated contractual terms would become effective July 1st, 2026. And I'm open to any questions.
Thank you, Ms. McEwen. I'm going to open up to the public. Anybody have questions, concerns, comments, or compliments regarding this agreement? Seeing none, I'm going to bring it back to the council. Councilmember Gutierrez, please.
No questions, but much needed. That's it.
Thank you. Councilmember Gonzalez.
No, just good job on what you do, Diego. It's really truly an honor to have you here as a staff member and being able to do what you do. It really reflects on what we have here now, and I really wish it could be more, but you're the finance director, so you know exactly what we have, but good job on what you do. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gonzalez. Councilmember Perez.
Thank you, Diego, for all the work that you do. You're always very approachable, very professional, anywhere that you are. So thank you again. Congratulations.
Vice Mayor Cano.
Well, most cities just have a city manager and a finance director separately. But fortunately, we are fortunate enough to have a city manager, finance director in one department. So thank you for everything you do, Diego. I know that the work is a lot. I know the late nights are always, and especially with all the phone calls, but this is why we want to continue supporting you in every way we can for the support you do for the community and the council. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Here we go. Don't get emotional on me, Diego, all right? So, yeah. Diego, you taking this city from being in financial ruin and created a balance, stability, and changed the true culture from the terrible situation we inherited as a council. I know for most people have no idea how many phone calls, how many late night visits we've had with some of the council members behind the scenes. But I want to thank, even on Sunday late nights, even the staff you assembled is providing and delivering these services. Thank you, bless you, Mr. White. But Diego, thanks for your hard work, dedication, and commitment. Here we are, the city's growing, delivering essential service, bringing new businesses, new infrastructure, a new police facility, two to four new wells, an expansion, and that all, and obviously repairing our roads that everybody would be complaining about that were neglected for decades, hiring new staff, being able to get out of outsourcing our monies to other agencies and retaining talent from McFarland or other places that really cared about our community. So our audits, I'm not going to talk anything bad, no negative, especially for this. You know, we finally got caught up. We're able to go after grants federally and statewide just because our audits are completed and they're very, according to the auditors, are very, they don't have no modified opinions. They have anything there. They say they're a success, and that's thanks to you and your team, the finance department, and all the staff that puts these materials together. So, Diego, I want to personally thank you for everything you've done. If we ever built a Mount Rushmore for those who shaped the city, you will definitely be next to Mr. White, and maybe some of these council members. But we'll extend it. You and your family truly deserve this recognition, and this is an increase from a small reflection from us for all the work you do, even behind the scenes. And you're the, I don't want to say you're the calm after the storm, but it very approachable, and you explain everything correctly to people. So, no, thank you again, well deserved, and you're buying dinner tonight. So, yeah. No worries. Do I have motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion by Vice Mayor Cano, second by Council Member Gonzalez. Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call?
Yes. Mayor Yon.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Cano.
Aye.
Councilor Gonzalez.
Aye.
Councilor Perez.
Aye.
Councilor Gutierrez.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Now moving on to public comment. Members of the public wishing to address the council about any item not on the agenda may do so at this time. Speakers are limited to 2 minutes for each person. 15 minutes total will be allowed for any one subject. Please state your name and address for the record before making presentation. Madam Clerk, do we have anybody for public comment?
Yes. Nicole Villaruz.
Good evening. Good evening, Honorable Mayor Ayon and Honorable City Council members. My name is Nicole Villaruz. I'm the Local Government Affairs Representative for PG&E. I've had the pleasure of speaking before this council before, and I'm happy to be back. And I just want to share a quick update with you. And I was near McFarland, so I decided to stop by and say hello because there's a city council meeting tonight. As you know, PG&E has been doing our best to deliver on our promise to stabilize customer bills. Even though national prices are expected to rise, we have made a commitment and we plan to honor that promise. We have reduced our rates 5 times since January 2024. So residential rates are 11% lower today than they were 2 years ago, and we're continuing to find new ways to stabilize and create savings for our customers. You may have also seen in the news recently, a couple weeks ago on March 1st, customers will also see a restructured electric bill. This new restructuring is required or was required by California Assembly Bill 205, so it just aligns us with the state's other large regulated utilities and other utilities nationwide. I am providing some handouts, and I'm only providing one of each, so I'm hoping that the city clerk can provide this information to the council. just as a visual reminder that I was here, and in case you have any questions. But I'm more than happy to sit down with you to go over rates and affordability or the restructured bill individually, because you may have more questions, or your constituents might ask questions, and I want to be able to provide that information to you. So again, I'm always available. I want to thank your staff, your city manager, public works director, work closely with PG&E all the time, as well as, in fact, I received a text message from Ms. DeLeon today. She had a question regarding PG&E, and I love getting text messages from cities because it knows, you guys know that where I am and where to find me, and I was able to have her send me an email so I can get some information for her. So just saying hello, hi, and you know where to find me if you need me.
Thank you so much, Nicole.
Thank you.
Definitely. Do we have?
There are
anyone? Okay. Now, moving on to council statements and reports on their own initiative, council members may make a brief announcement or a brief report on their own activities. In addition, council members may ask a question to staff or the public for clarification on any matter, provide a reference to staff and other resources for information. Alternatively, request to staff to report to the city council at a later meeting concerning any matter. Furthermore, the city council or any member thereof may take action to direct staff to place a matter of business on a future agenda. We'll start with Councilmember Gonzalez.
Oh, just, well, no comment, just thank you everyone for coming and, that was it, thank you. Got me off guard.
Okay. Thank you, Councilmember Gonzalez. Moving on to Councilmember Gutierrez.
Well, just got a couple of comments. I'm just really happy of all the work that's being done here by the directors. Much needed raise kind of to our city manager. I'm so proud of us signing on to this Dignity Act. That's something that I am really close to. And also everything's going in the right direction. I'm hopefully planning to run in the McFarland race this year. But everything's going really well. I'm hoping that our city continues to go in the same direction. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Are you doing the 5K or the 10K? Or the 1 mile? 5K. Okay, good deal. Councilmember Perez.
Thank you. I just want to remind people that it's not a marathon. A 5K is a 5K. Some people say, I ran a marathon today. But yes, I'm excited about the Dignity Act. Also, the run, every time that it's been held, I've had to work on that day. And this year I don't have to work, so I'll probably be there. Most likely be there. Congratulations, Diego. You are a great asset to our city. And what I also appreciate about you is that you are bilingual. So anybody that from our community that wants to talk to you, of course, in Spanish and English, they can come in and talk to you. And, always very, like I said, approachable and professional. Thank you to the city staff as well for all the great work that you do. And that's about it. Well, and thanks to the time change, I'm a happier person.
Thank you, Ms.
I don't
Perez.
know how that affects other people, but for me, it's awesome.
So 2 things. So you're challenging Martin to the 5K. That was okay. And then Diego's actually trilingual. He's just not bilingual. He talks business and numbers. All right, Vice Mayor Cano.
Thank you, everybody, for attending today. Again, to the staff, thank you for all your work. And it is going to start getting warm, so with that warmth comes the mosquitoes. So let's keep an eye out for those mosquitoes, for water standing. Make sure to dump your water buckets, or even if your pool needs to be clean it, or call our Delano Mosquito for the services, for they can provide some chemicals for your dirty pool, for the mosquitoes won't multiply. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. I just want to thank everybody for attending and those paying attention on live stream. Our city staff for doing the work. I know we have a lot of construction going on, so safe travels around the city. Make sure you're slowing down. There's going to be a lot of construction on different streets from our city staff and contractors all over the place, from the new police facility, the Garzoli extension, the water wells. So there's a lot of construction, but just take your time. You'll get there when you get there. Want everybody's have a great afternoon. Temperatures changing little by little, so we don't know where we're going to be at. But other than that, thank you for paying attention and caring for our city. And yes, a lot of these things are taking a little bit of time, but we got a lot of things moving forward. And with that, everybody have a great night. We're going to go into closed session. God bless you and good night. Nathan?
During closed session, council has one item. It's public employment pursuant to Government Code Section 54957. The title is Deputy Chief of Police.
Thank you, Nathan.